So what they are doing is pure politics. My mention how Afenyomakin is fooling you, the young ones. Send Obawo school or a test con. Monday, when you betting want to see Kayukuno, Aden also joining NPP demonstration. Aden or joining demonstration also NPP for the say. Again, no mujina so say, I must say Mahama ye politics. Oba Eko share in the middle of Bawumia supporters and the Japan supporters. Nakasa Chiba, Oba ni ebe want to see Kayukuno. Afenyomakin is a liar. You know the reason why this their demonstration. Every Ghanaian also who said the leadership. Make it sure. So what the demonstration? Busa said the people leading the demonstration, are they honest? Or they are using you to make money? Afenyomakin is using Ghanaians, MPP4 to be rich. Afenyomakin, any omomudi MPP nim. They are using you, the young people. They are making money out of you. And this demonstration is a typical example. I mentioned, so demonstration, boost the credibility of the people leading the demonstration. Are they people you can trust their word? You can't truster. Nipana okodinechino. Say ende gidi siya onyani njao. On can't say na demonstration keke. Now on can't say bedinechi. There's a reason why you need to trust people before you follow a demonstration. This is how Afenyomakin right here. You see Afenyomakin. Or say, NDC claimed that the Supreme Court is being packed unattainable. Where 2024, time get you tokonu, Madam Tokoni Afenyomakin adamfo. Time now person di nipa 5 echo Supreme Court. Now Andrea me can same way because Kevin, same way okan Andrea. Now hepa na kire say Afenyomakin or a nipa bia or a diabolic. Time Madam Tokonu efa MPP4 judges 5. Say all force you wako Supreme Court no. Afenyomakin jina parliament e defendi Tokonu. Okachire Ghana for say Tokonu has the right to take 5 judges to the Supreme Court. And or supporting Mahameno if we say court need here more judges. And almost almost demonstration because Mahama the judge for 5 Supreme Court. And Madam Tokonu almost say Sebio Mahama ombum raso. Council of State emumraso. Now because Madam Tokoni or Madam Funti, omukwa demonstration keke. This is Afenyomakin. TNA pa. Listen to Afenyomakin. We are Parliament. Afenyomakin.
And away from that, the majority in Parliament is defending the Chief Justice's proposal to increase the number of Supreme Court judges to 20. Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu has recommended 5 judges to President Akufo-Addo for appointment to the Supreme Court, citing a high number of cases. While the National Democratic Congress has condemned the move and described it as unlawful, Majority Leader Alexander Afenyomakin insists that the proposal falls within the legal framework. He addressed journalists in Parliament.
The Chief Justice has not bypassed the Judicial Council. The Chief Justice hasn't acted anything unconstitutional nor illegal. What she has done is to provide a background within the mandate of her constitutional powers to aid the president, guide, advise. And in fact, the president was not bound by the proposed names that she had sent to the presidency. You get my point? So at this stage, in real terms, the appointment really has not been triggered or nothing has been initiated. These are preparatory stages that are not provided for by the Constitution. The Constitution only talks about the appointment. So what it means is that what it means is that after this stage, then the president would officially guide it. And bear in mind that as a head of states, commander-in-chief of the armed forces, he would have to rely on such institutional support to make certain decisions.
The majority leader, Alexander Afenyomakin, provided some justifications on the need for an increase of justices of the Supreme Court.
In the United States, the Federal Supreme Court receives between 5,000 to 7,000 new cases each term, that's each legal year. However, the court only grants 80 cases for plenary review with viva voce arguments. and it usually disposes of around 100 or more cases without plenary review. Isn't it strange? Is that what is happening in Ghana? No. In Ghana, you cannot do that. A judge, the Chief Justice, is compelled to empanel once the matter comes before the court. The registrar transmits a process, it has to be empaneled. And that is why, in the wisdom of our founders of the 92 Constitution, they made provision for a minimum. So we say with emphasis that the Chief Justice hasn't done anything illegal, immoral, nor unconstitutional in respect of her recommendation for the need to increase the number of justices at the Supreme Court. Now, perhaps I may have to bring in our neighbors, Nigeria. Nigeria is also a federal state. Recently, it increased its federal Supreme Court bench, the number, to 24 because of issues similar to what has warranted the recommendation of our Chief Justice. And they are fine with it. Now, in our country, Supreme Court, no less than 700 cases are received each year. And what we think must catch the attention of those who are opposed to this is that, unlike the US, judges exercise discretion to hear some of the cases is received, provided they meet their threshold. We would rest the matter here and encourage our NDC friends to allow institutions to grow. We should not do partisan politics with every issue within the national space.
This guy, who say MPP for Jimmy, now you hear. As Chief Justice Adeoye, it was nothing illegal about it. There was nothing immoral about it. There was nothing unconstitutional about it. And that the Chief Justice actually needs a lot of judges in the Supreme Court. Inti Tokonu was supposed to do that. She was right. Now, we are asking, what is unconstitutional about what Mahama has done? You can't give me an answer. You are saying it is politics. Then it is your opinion. What is unconstitutional about what the Council of State have done? You cannot give me a law that shows that it is unconstitutional. Then it means your opinion are just your opinion. What is unconstitutional about the process that landed the Chief Justice in suspension? To date, you have not been able to give me a law telling me that the process was unconstitutional. You have not been able to list one. Now you see something. Demonstration. Today, Nanabi got the opportunity to speak on Joy News about this matter, right? And now, see a Ghana Bar Association. Now, Tiasimo Kaye, and the basis why Ghana Bar Association came out with that statement. TMU. Nanabi Kwasiampe was also a lawyer. Now, Yanko Tie Nanabi. Now, all my reasons in Tia, Omuko demonstration, reasons in Tia, Omuji Ghana Bar Association. Almost statement tuma omu jina swako demonstration this is Nana B, the tank.
Not only them, Ghana Bar Association. This is a huge body of lawyers.
In a matter that was put to vote.
Yes, it was a resolution. That makes it even more democratic. It is not as if 2, 3, 4, 5 persons met and then took a certain decision and then they pushed it out there. It was a whole conference.
And they say that the president acted unconstitutionally.
Yes.
Is it in the place of the GBA to come to such pronouncement?
Because initially they brought out a statement. They were not privy to the petition and then the responses, and then they relied on an element from government, National Communications Officer of the NDC, who has close contact to the presidency, coming out and saying that, in fact, he said that authoritatively, he has a copy. That is what he said. He has a copy of the responses of Justice Tokonu. He has the petition and he's going to speak to it. And he spoke to it extensively on the show. So they are even of the view that this whole matter is even bastardized. That is why they also share the same view with Honorable Afenyomakin. That look, although the Constitution said that all of these proceedings should be held in camera, however, if the Chief Justice-elect that look, yes, it is my trial, I'm being tried, I want it to be in public, I think that it should happen.
You think that there should be a public showing of this? Of the committee?
I don't even want it to go there. Look, I would want to just wake up and then Mr. Mahama will say, President Mahama will say tomorrow that, you know what, it's okay, we've suspended it, we've done this, let's move on.
You hear this polytank. What is your polytank week, sir? What is the basis of his argument? Did he state one reason backed by law? Or say the reason why the Ghana Bar Association cracker na den to say obi to say Sami Jemfika say on when report no ofosu kwache enti Ghana Bar Association crapo no they relied on hearsay. Say Sami Jemfia babontina because we report. And now ofosu kwache say I have not heard ofosu kwache anywhere stating say we report no and a committee report no. Yanfa say Sami Jemfi ababontina betina radio say we report na. Should it be the basis for Ghana Bar Association to say the president, that constitutional right now or one to follow through to make sure the writing is done? The president should suspend the decision he has taken. So the Ghana Bar Association now, Polytank their statement they wrote and the nonsense they were saying was all based on somebody's assumption. Because at this point, Sami Jemfia small kaino until proven by the Ghana Bar Association says Sami Jemfia small kaino facts ni nie yako follow committee no report na already will say verbatim Sami Jemfia small kaino. So a whole Ghana Bar Association is basing their argument on say Sami Jemfia Kotena TV so no say this is what he knows. But whatever Paul Adomotri said on Metro TV about the petition and what he knows about the petition, that one there, it is not a conversation because Paul there, Krodo so aye no to inti yanka Paul Adomotri asem. Ono ne de na oye de na eye no kre na nyansen Sami Jemfi de na yemfa because oye NDC ni. Sa Polytank kwasi ampenyiwe. These are the people amudi omuchidi akọ campaign, akọ demonstration. Sa Polytank we na wudi echire. Jimmy we na wudi nechi.